And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game one of Chessie's. Would you like to introduce this one?
Yeah, it's two farmers up against the Tunnel Snakes. A bit of a collaboration team coming out from two farmers.
That's it.
And then yeah, Tunnel Snakes from New Zealand. Thanks for having me, John Kamal.
No worries, Chessie's. Thanks for being here. By the way, this is Chessie's. He's the de facto leader of the the entire league. So happy to have you here and joining us today. Normally you'd be playing with big farmers, but today you're joining me for the cast. So
Yeah,
should be
well, we had
lots of
enough
fun.
players. I think depending on how game one goes, I may sub in for game two.
I see. I see.
Um, so we'll see how that goes. Um,
Awesome. Um, just going to
oh,
advertise that
the
side of the
link you
stream.
sent, the link you sent was still waiting, but there's another link that's working. Do you want me to circulate that around a bit while you talk through the bands?
That would be fantastic if you could do that. I'm just going to start off with introducing who is playing on which team and whatnot. So, first of all, Radiant side, we have the good old Tunnel Snakes, your regular team there. That's Catalyst, followed by Dominoes as the captain, Storm, Frisky Berries, and I Can't Read. Then, meanwhile, Team 2 slash Big Farmers, we're calling them Two Farmers, name in progress. We've got Happy Geelong and Asset Reigns, both from the Big Farmers side. Joining up with J-Bud, Moonsilver, and Black Sheep Wall. Moonsilver being the captain of this Frankenstein squad. Meanwhile, coming out with the picks and bans, we've got a Razor, Lena ban. Okay, so two high meta picks being banned out immediately. You love to see it. Meanwhile, coming out with the Rubik ban. Second off, Tunnel Snakes. Not really feeling that, I see. And Team 2 responds with the Ricky support getting banned out. Finally, with the picks, Death Prophet and Earth Spirit. That's a pretty strong opener. That's pretty much your off lane. And your, I believe it might be a position 5 Earth Spirit at this point. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, Team uh, 2 Farmers, sorry, I'm going to have to get used to that, get the Triad Protector and the Drow Ranger. I've been noticing that Drow Ranger has been picked pretty early on, fairly recently. Chessies, do you have any opinions as to why?
Yeah, so I know that Drow is a hero that some people on Team 2 play, potentially Acid. He got the Rampage last week when you casted,
That's right, he
if you
did.
remember that. I think potentially as well, if you think that Death Prophet is the off lane, Drow deals with it really well by having that healing reduction and being a ranged hero. So I I think that's a very strong safe lane combo, if it is the safe lane combo. I'm a little bit confused with the Rubik ban into two heroes that don't care about Rubik.
Indeed.
Um,
Maybe they're expecting a. Oh, who does Rubik count to again?
I mean, the
Jakiro.
big one is Jakiro, yeah.
Yeah,
Or just anyone else with good stuns, good spells, or wave clear. But I mean, you can kind of steal the Crypt Swarm, but it's not game breaking, I don't think.
true. Maybe they just don't like the hero. Just
I
feel
mean,
it's too strong.
that's also very fair.
True that now. Checking out these most recent bans, Sniper and Ursa being banned by two farmers here. Two annoying agility carries out of the pool there. Um, Very annoying for Drow to deal with as well. The Ursa up in your face can just enrage through the silence and reduce the time for that. Meanwhile, the Sniper taking pot shots in the back and is a bit too far away for the Drow to deal with. Do you feel that, Chessies?
I do.
Indeed.
I think that's a good shout. I think the Lycan ban as well is a J-Bud specialty, so they've been doing a bit of research on that.
I see. So banning out some signature heroes there. What about the Marcy ban? Do you have any idea as to why that would be a priority ban there?
I mean, I hope J-Bud watches this, but I did play with J-Bud on offlane Marcy, and I hated every second of it. So I would have let that one through if that was me.
I see.
Maybe they're scared of it, but
possibly. Being a fairly recent support, it is quite strong indeed. Um, just noticing that the Lich has been picked. I believe Tunnel Snakes has used the Lich to good effect before. I can't remember who played it though.
I think it's the Frisky Berries
That's a Frisky
specialty
Berries pick.
hero.
There you go.
Position 5, which then makes the Spirit look position 4. I
So
like the setup though.
yeah, indeed. That would make a Death Prophet Earth Spirit offlane together, unless Death Prophet's still going mid. We'll have to see
Yeah.
as the picks come through. Got a minute left of reserve time for two farmers. There you go. I'm getting more comfortable with it. The new name.
Yeah, it's gonna throw you off a little bit, but
Absolutely, especially seeing the
um
Team 2 banner there. And we
I
get,
think
ooh, a
Ooh.
Darkseer coming out. Okay, followed by the Jakiro. There you go.
Okay.
Right.
I'm slightly confused,
So
but
am I. So offlane Darkseer, Jakiro maybe on the offlane as well? What do you
I think it's
think?
Jakiro safe. So I'm
Jakiro
thinking
safe.
it's a Pikachu or Black Sheep Wall Jakiro. He's been playing it a lot.
I
Um,
see.
and he's been almost exclusively laning with Moon 7 Silver in the safe lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that, and I think Tree Darkseer offlane sounds pretty strong. Um, However, I know that Acid also plays Darkseer, and so now I'm confused if he's playing the Drow or Darkseer.
I see. So he might be picking one of his more signature heroes or something. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, just thinking about it, Ion Shell plus Treant just running at you with that Surge as well. He's got quite a bit of right click damage. Maybe it could be quite a significant threat. We'll see what Tunnel Snakes picks to lane up against that soon. A minute 30 left. Also checking out these bans as well. Enigma being banned out. Um, and then Team 2 Farmers banned out the Shadow Fiend, which is interesting. We did see it used to great success. Was that a couple of weeks ago now? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that Tunnel Snakes play it in the same way though. Um, but I feel like the idea is to just be banning these long range carries, the SF, the Sniper, the Leaner, and then they've picked the Drow for themselves, which I kind of like at the moment because there's a lot of frontline Darkseer Treant for
Mm.
two farmers.
Indeed, there
Oh no.
is. Tunnel Snakes picking up the Snap Fire can output quite a lot of damage in team fights there, and fairly useful for securing those early kills as well. So, uh,
Uh, what lane
though
do you reckon though? I'm feeling mid.
you're feeling mid there, I'd say so. Could be. I always wanted to see a position one Snapfire, so I'm secretly hoping for that.
Well,
um, sorry.
it's interesting. I saw Dominoes prior to this match in demo mode on the Snapfire.
Oh,
So look out for the Dominoes Snapfire, but I'm not sure where he is laning.
alright, well, it'll be a mystery until we load in, I guess. Banning out the Odie as well, another key hero. I believe one of Moonsilver's strongest. Am I remembering right?
Um, no, so Moon's the safe lane carry and probably
Oh,
doesn't touch OD at all.
who am I thinking
Um,
of with the Odie then?
Maybe Zilach, but also he's not playing.
Yeah, that's right. Your regular mid is not there. Oh man, this is going to be confusing. So we'll have to see. In the meantime, Team Two Farmers is banning out the Faceless Void. So
Which I think is good.
yeah, sets up
Just
very well for Snapfire ult, maybe a Lich ult as well. Even Death
yeah,
Prophet, if she's just standing in there. I believe the ghosts do they move through Chrono?
yeah, they do, I
They
believe. It's a
do.
pretty nasty combo where your Death Prophet's going in, and it's like one of the only times where if they're in trouble, you chrono your own teammate with a bunch of other people, and even like if their Spirit Siphon's attached, you get free full health.
Oh wow.
Plus the kisses and the lich, you called it spot on. I think that would have been a pretty nasty combo.
Two Farmers running out of reserve time there with 6 seconds left. They've got the Terrorblade ban coming out.
Well, I don't know
Interesting.
how I feel about that.
Terrorblade is pretty much He suffers quite a lot against the Drow, especially the Jakiro putting out massive AoE damage, clearing out those illusions, and then the Darkseer wall as well. So I wouldn't optimally pick the Terrorblade into that lineup anyway. However, two farmers, they decide that that's the ban to go with. They've got their pick to come. Meanwhile, Tunnel Snakes banning out the Primal.
Shout out BTM,
There you
primal
go.
mid player in the league. He is also not playing, but the respect ban.
The respect ban
Okay.
coming out. Oh, a Leshrac. You played a Leshrac last week. I remember that. Who will be playing for this?
I'm I'm very confused
You're
because
very confused.
that's a Zilatch specialty hero, but he is again not playing.
Indeed.
Um,
Maybe Zealach
I
is.
think it might be J Bud mid
Ah, okay. We'll have
who
to see.
probably can play it, and then Moon on the Drow. That would be my guess. Having played with these guys a lot,
And then
it'll
Acid
be
on Darkseer.
yeah,
Ah, I
and
see.
Happy Geelong on Green Protector. I'll say
Alright.
shout out Geelong while we're here. What a place!
What a place. Indeed. So getting this little bit of extra insight from you as a player in Big
Oh,
Farms, all the anti-mage coming out. Oh, that's rough. But yeah, just saying, getting that little bit of extra insight into picking their brains behind Big Pharma is like that extra bit special. So pretty thankful for that. Anyway, yeah, checking out these picks. You're right. Acid on the Darkseer, J Blood on the
yeah.
Leshrac. So you pretty much called it there.
And Dominoes on the snap, Frisky Berries on the Lich.
Indeed, you did. Well, there you go.
I probably could have told you Storm Earth Spirit as well because he's their position 4 specialist. Um, but Catalyst is the mid player usually, so
Ah,
maybe it's him playing mid and then offlane snap, which I don't hate, or it's yeah. I feel like I can't read playing carry anti-mage. Would be pretty reckless not to.
indeed, yeah. Can you imagine an
Insane.
offlane?
I mean, in saying that, literally a few days ago, I did play offlane anti-mage,
True.
and we
All
won.
right. Nice.
Um,
Ah,
don't
sweet. Everything's
recommend it, but
Don't recommend it. Fair enough. Just going to introduce who's played as who just quickly. We have on the Radiant side, Tunnel Snakes. We have Catalyst on the Death Prophet here. Dominoes on the Snapfire. Storm on the Earth Spirit. That's going to be real confusing. I'm going to say Storm Spirit sometimes, I bet. Frisky Berries on the Lich. And then finally, I can't read on the Anti-Mage. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Team 2 Farmers. They've got Happy Geelong on the Treant, Moonsilver on the Drow over here, up in the top with him. Acid Rains on this Dark Seer. Meanwhile, Leshrac being played by J-Bud, and finally, the good old Jakiro being played by Black Sheep. Whoa. Now, Jakiro, obvious mainstay in these seasons, I've noticed. Seems to always be picked or banned. So, any thoughts on
yeah,
him?
it's. I mean, it's a popular hero. Um, I don't know. I think it can go both ways. With Rubik banned, it looks pretty free. And I know Pikachu has been playing this one a lot. So Moon 7 Silver on carry is very used to laning with the Chihiro. In saying that though, it looks like they are just not laning together.
Looks
So
like it.
very good call from me.
Alright, looks like both teams get 2 bounty rooms each. There you go. I noticed that little push in that Catalyst managed to do there, pushing away the Drow and the Treant there. What am I looking for here? Last hits into nice, there we go. Bring that up. And there you go, there's the lanes. Yep, Lich, AM, bot, and safe lane up against Acid Rains and Jakiro Black Sheep Wall. Okay, meanwhile the Death Prophet off lane, and yeah, your Dominoes mid, there you go. Alright. I'm just noticing these items, Death Prophet starting with that Wind Lace as well, getting that little bit of extra move speed, but does not have much mana regen, so she's gonna struggle if she keeps spamming spells in lane. Are you a Death Prophet player by chance, Jesse?
Yeah, I love a bit of Death Prophet. Um, I think into bad matchups it can feel pretty tricky. And I'd call a ranged hero a bad matchup.
I see. Any ranged hero, so especially this drow here, right?
Yeah, within reason, but just because your Spirit Siphon is so much more effective against melee heroes, because you can heal up in the lane, you can bully them a lot, but the ranged heroes can kind of get away with it.
Nice work, by the way, by Jaybud there. That sentry from Happy Geelong. Oh no, wait, sorry, wrong side. There was a sentry before, wasn't there? You managed to get an observer world.
Yeah, so I
Easily.
think that means that Happy Geelong placed the Sentry Ward earlier, but then J-Bud hit it.
I see.
So Tree actually gets all the gold from that, which is pretty good for a position 5.
Absolutely. A little bit of back and forth between the two supports. Meanwhile, the offlane for Team 2 Farmers. Man, I'm going to be so confused with that name still. Acid Rain's a little bit lower mana. He's got that Mango. He's tried to harass as much as he can, but look at this anti-mage. He's got that Salve, he's got the Tangos. He's absolutely A-okay. And he's sitting pretty at 8 last hits already. Just barely second place there in terms of last hits. Meanwhile, look at this. Storm being chased down in the river there. He's taken the entire creep wave with him. Very interesting play going on here.
I think it's because they know that they just can't trade into this Tree Drow lane. The slow is pretty gross, and just the damage coming out from Drow. So Storm is looking to pull to just get away from that.
I see, putting it all behind the tier 1 tower there. That's well played by Team Tunnel Snakes. I like it a lot. Kind of forcing Moonsilver to just hit his jungle creeps for the moment. Excuse me.
I mean, he kind of is though. Moon is top of the CS.
Indeed he is. It's going to be very scary soon if he continues on this path. And we'll see how he travels with that.
Sorry, I was gonna say the matchup down bottom will be interesting to see how it goes. I think level 3 and 5 Iron Shells could be a little bit annoying for anti-mage, but the mana burn is really yuck for Darkseer, who struggles anyway with having enough mana to spam this in the lane.
Very true. Just noticing though that Frisky's he's opting for Frostblast max instead of putting a point in that Sinister Gaze, so might not be opting for that. Oh, you mean that banner burn from Anti-Mage? Of course.
Yeah,
wow.
that one.
Yeah, here I was like 5-heading this
It was
whole entire
Sinister
thing with the
Gaze.
Sinister Gaze mana drain.
Oh, it
but
does mana
yeah,
drain.
there you go. That was a recent change, was it?
Yeah,
Maybe a
pretty.
couple patches ago.
Yeah, I mean, we say recent, but at the rate of patches these days, it could have been like
Yeah,
a few
true.
years.
What's it be? Yeah, it's like a year since the last patch, it feels like. So, happy that we're going to get a new patch soon, hopefully.
Yeah,
Very
no, I feel like
excited
they're
for
pretty
that.
committed to it,
Should
which
be.
is good.
They did announce, was it March 6th?
Yeah, immediately after the major, which I think is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Might take a day off work. Sorry, boss. The new patch just dropped. I've got other commitments.
Yeah, it's actually the worst. They always drop it at like 10 a.m. on one of the days that I'm in the office,
Yeah,
and it's just rough.
it really is. As it rains, he's back to full health, and not that long there, because Frostblast coming out from Friskies. Still 5 minutes in, no first blood. And there's just little bits of back and forth. However, that might change as Storm, he's rolling on, and the Soul Siphon takes down Moonsilver. That will be the first blood going the way of Tunnel Snakes there. Wow. Oh, meanwhile, didn't even notice, but down bot, Frisky Berry's falling to the Jakira here. Both him and Darkseer getting a little bit more aggressive. Anti-Mage is low, but he's got that rune of health already, so he should be fine. Unless he sticks around a little bit too greedy here, maybe? We'll have to wait and see. I like how Black Sheep Wall in this Jakira, he's using up all his money, he's throwing as much as he can at this anti-mage, trying to harass him as much as possible out of this lane. So kudos to the Jakira for that.
They both have gold for mana boots, I think. What did J-Bud? not J-Bud, Acid just
Acid
by
is just
Bassi.
yeah. Let's see.
Okay, but Jakira's got enough for mana boots, so this is gonna really help this harass. Yes, anti-mage has a bit of magic resist, but when it's so much damage, like even the extra 10-20% isn't gonna help that much, as
Indeed.
we saw earlier with the kill.
Meanwhile, mid, we've got a rotation in from Storm. He's rolled on onto J-Bud, and the follow-up from Dominoes there. Nice play doing that close-range Mortimer Kisses. Happy Geelong, he TP'd in, but he didn't have a stun to cancel it, so just free kisses all over the place. Dominoes will take that kill. A little bit of harass bot still. Oh, I thought the top tower had already fallen. What the hell? Meanwhile, Acid Rain's getting a little bit low. The blink forward from I Can't Read. Will he get the kill here? The last hit? There you go. Taking down Acid Rain's. Black Sheep Wool. He's a bit out of position now. He has to make a run for it. Or a fly for it. I'm not sure how you say that. I Can't Read. He's diving. He's blinking. He takes the kill. That's both the offlaners dead for 2 farmers. Well, this anti-mage taking a lot of hits there. Oh my god. I think if he didn't have that ring of health there, he was probably dead. Wow.
Yeah, really good playing on the edge here by I Can't Read.
Indeed. Ooh, doesn't want to get too close to that iron shell creep though. That's going to be a real frustrating. That vacuum misses as well. Meanwhile, nice work there, sharing the tangos.
Just to highlight as well, that play was really good because it was with the anti-mage level 5 against the Acid Rain's Darkseer level 4. If that was level 5 and an extra point in Iron Shell, that trade could have gone a whole lot worse for Radiant.
I see, that extra little bit of damage could have secured them the earlier kill. Meanwhile, Catalyst is in a bit of trouble here. He's got the Soul Siphon off, so he should be A-okay, walking on away from this drow. And
We've got rotations all over the shop.
oh, he decides to
Domino's
just run
running
on
up.
in there. There you go. Storm as well rolls on in. Moonsilver, he can't escape. That's a very dead Drow Ranger there. Meanwhile, down bot, J-Bud. He's rotated down, and he takes the kill on the Lich. He's going to have to back on out. He's got no mana left. Going to retreat back to mid lane. Wow. A little bit of skirmishes all over the place, but trading your support for a position 1 is huge. I think Tunnel Snakes would be very happy with how things are going. 5-2 at nearly 9 minutes into this match.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, Mortimer Kiss is coming out for J-Bud, but it's not going to be enough to kill, is it? No, just off the mark with the last couple there. Unfortunate. But you know, that does force J-Bud out of lane, so it works out in Domino's favor, I think.
I think another one that Radiant have as an advantage is that if you look at these cores, the Death Prophet and the Snapfire aren't super good heroes for Darkseer to steal or make illusions of with the wall.
True.
Because a lot of their damage is spells. You're not going to steal the Exo, but you're not going to get Exo out of illusion. Anti-Mage could be pretty problematic if he gets super strong and then start burning the rest of their team's mana, but I think they've got a pretty good Darkseer proof team.
Indeed, it's going to only be the one anti-mage illusion anyway, right? So you've got the rest of the team to control it, put down an ice path maybe, and make sure it doesn't do too much damage.
Storm's in on Lesh mid.
Yeah,
He's living a little bit. Oh,
he's
J-Bud.
alive! J-Bud! By the skin of his teeth, he makes it on out of there. I think they thought he was dead. And Storm had backed off a little bit too early. Meanwhile, the wall dropping down bot. I can't read. Talk about that AM illusion. Acid Rain's blocking his own anti-mage illusion though. That's going to cost him that kill on the anti-mage. Nice blink away by I can't read. That's so unfortunate. He just body blocked that illusion. It's so sad. Storm somehow finding a kill on the Leshrac in the end as well. I'm not sure. Did you catch that one?
No, but they do have 3 heroes mid, including 2 of their cores and the Earth Spirit who's pushing people back.
Happy Geelong, he thought he was safe under the tower, but yeah, it's not the case. He will fall right next to that tier 1. Exorcism being popped once again. And this might be a second tower going the way of Tunnel Snakes. Nice fortification coming out. J-Bud's there to defend. He just has to back on out of there. Meanwhile, trading for that bottom tower. So they do take that tier 1 bot at least.
Yeah, and trees got back up.
There you go, J-Bud taking so much damage. It missed the boulder, but it's enough for his team to get the kill regardless. Dominoes will sneak that one out of there. And that's the tower mid. Alright, 3k net worth lead for Tunnel Snakes at this point. If you were playing here for your team... Oh! Acid Rain's getting his mana burned and voided. Unfortunate killing spree for the anti-mage. But as I was saying, if you were playing here as part of your team, how would you try and control the situation now? It seems to be going the favour of Tunnel Snakes so far.
Yeah, I think a first step could be getting level 6 on Treant and then trying to play, you know, smoke together, showing up to one of these fights and trying to get your wombo combo off, being vacuum wall and then Jakiro spells, potentially a less stun and then an overgrowth. Like they've got things that if you put them together can win a fight. And I think Moon is farming pretty well.
Let's have a look there. He's got his tread. What's on the courier? Oh, his Dragon Larch. That's up, then at least 12 minutes in. Aiming for the 4-staff next. He does need that survivability, especially against an AM who can just blink right on top of you, right?
Yeah, there's a smoke happening top, but it looks like they would just catch the Treant Protector. Or maybe J-Bud on Lesh.
We'll have to see.
Depends if J-Bud runs bottom on it, which he does.
It's like the spider instincts are kicking in, and he's going to walk away down the river with the 3 of the Radiant team on the chase there.
Yeah, joining the team.
If they... Yeah. Ooh. So,
scary.
Storm, he boulders on in, gets the silence on 2, followed by the Mortimer Kisses and the Lich ult, splitting up the team. That's going to be a dead Lashrak. Meanwhile, Acid Rain's falling to the anti-mage on the side, and that's going to be the Jakiro to follow. Double kill, mega kill streak for I Can't Read. He might get another here. Meanwhile, Moonsilver, he's being chased by Dominoes. Nice dodge from the boulder there, but... Ooh, I like that play a lot. Moonsilver turning around with a quick multi-shot to slow down.
Oh, got him?
And he does get the kill on Dominoes and secures the kill for Storm, but trades his life for that. I liked that play a lot there, Moonsilver. I noticed that. That one wave of multi-shot and then immediately cancelling it, running away, slowing down the Snapfire enough so that she takes the damage from the tower. Very nicely done. I'm just getting a notification to move a little bit closer to my mic. A little bit of volume discrepancy. There we go. All good. Alright, how are we looking for items here, Chessies? Looks like J-Bud's still working on his Bloodstone. So anything else you've noticed?
Nah, as expected. I mean, Anti-Mage just finished the Battle Fury, which is a good timing on it. Yeah, I think Darkseer probably wants Reeve. He's working on mech. Dominoes looks pretty caught though.
Oh yes, he does indeed. Down bot. J-Bud and Moonsilver together. I think Happy Geelong was there as well. And a little bit of teamwork securing that kill. Gonna be pushing down bot, it looks like. They're taking control of the Radiant's own jungle here. These aggressive wards very much appreciated here for that vision.
Acid is going down top.
Yeah, that he is. Unfortunate for Acid finding that Death Prophet there. Very difficult matchup indeed. Meanwhile, a little bit of back and forth. Let's see if a team will engage here. I believe the Radiant side, Tunnel Snakes, they know that their jungle is not belonging to them anymore. Storm is going to be the first to walk on out. Maybe trying to catch J-Bud here, but his team is behind him. Oh, Moonsilver taking so much damage immediately. That's 2 dead on the side of 2 farmers. I Can't Read. He's on the chase, trying to take down this Treant, who will not be able to walk away from this one. There you go. A little bit of blink forward. The TP from the Death Prophet securing the kill there. 20 to 6, 5k net worth lead. And all these team fights going the way of Tunnel Snakes, it looks like.
Yeah, I think the fact that they can't cancel the Mortimer's kisses is really problematic for them. Um, he's just sitting at the back of the fight and dropping so much damage because he's that mid snap fire. He's got the travels up so he can be with the team at any fight, and there's just no way to cancel it. And the Earth Spirit, the Lich, they're locking them down enough that they just can't escape the magic damage.
Seen a bit of drone on the map. Catalyst. Oh, he'll spot acid rains. I would not be there if I was you there, Mr. Darkseer. He's gonna walk away. That's fine. Moonsilver's got a lot of farming left to do. He doesn't have that 4-staff yet. He's still got his Dragon Lance. Feeling the pressure. Meanwhile, up top, Dominoes getting that Veil of Discord first. Very interesting. So going all in on the magic damage with his ult, I believe, right?
On Dominoes.
On the Snapfire, yeah. Meanwhile, the Death Prophet with the Greaves.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fair. I'm not sure if I would have gone Veil on Snap, just because you're normally a little bit too far away to cast it. Although it's got a pretty big cast range.
It does indeed. It does kind of put all your chips in one basket, if I do say so. Kind of relying on your ult for the most damage there. I guess you've got a little bit of magical damage with your Scatter Blast and Cookie.
Yeah, the nukes will do a lot of damage, actually. He's got the shard queued up as well. They will hurt.
Meanwhile, bottom Storm, he gets taken down. That was a nice cancel of the roll there by J-Bot, but the anti-mage arrives, uses his Lestrax mana against him.
They've caught him.
They do indeed. That wall slowing him down.
Oh
Plus,
no, run boys! Oh no, the Lich ulti.
The Lich ulti is doing a lot of damage, but they still manage to secure the kills. And that's a one team fight in Two Farmers' favour. Happy Chillone. Oh, he's a pretty low. He might just, yeah, he dies. Unfortunately, Catalyst TP's in, gets the kill there. Might get another onto Jakira here. Oh, throwing instead towards the Drow and securing that instead. Oh, the last hit. Oh no, it falls apart. It looked so good until they tried to stay and push that tower. Allowed that Drow to TP on in and clean up pretty much.
Yeah, they were able to get the Greaves onto Darkseer, but I think like our team often gets that one where you're losing, you get a good fight to come back into it and then immediately stay too long. And then those other heroes that are stronger, the level 14 DP, is able to come in and clean up, and then suddenly that good fight has now turned into a bit of a bad fight.
Indeed.
It's hard though. It's hard to make that call. They were pushing for the tier 2 tower and got it to about 40%. But yeah, not ideal.
Not ideal. It is pretty difficult. I know exactly what you're talking about when you're oh no, Moonsilver. Wow, Storm and Death Prophet doing a lot of damage there, but exactly what you're talking about before, when something goes your way and you try to capitalize off it, you try to snowball something out of the game, and it just doesn't work out. Oh, nice play there by Dominoes. Moving out of that ice path there. Black Sheep Wall, it's very scary, but he's the only one here. Meanwhile though, J-Bud secures top tower, so they've got something going for them there.
Yeah, and I think BKB goes a long way to them winning fights. Like, a lot of this is magical damage coming out from Snap. It's all magic coming out of Earth Spirit, and Lich as well. So, yeah, I think if you wait for BKBs or the pipe that's going to be coming out on Darkseer as well, that's kind of a timing you could play for. And it's worth noting that I think Tunnel Snakes need to commit a little bit, like in order to push high ground. Anti-Mage doesn't love frontlining, and Death Prophet has to be a little bit close to the tower, and they could be, vacuum walled or Jakiro stunned. So I think on Dire, just trying to get to a fight with BKBs and some sort of wombo combo is what you'd be looking for.
Indeed. Just having a look around the map. Nice work by Happy Geelong stacking the Ancients there. Acid Rain's making space. I think he's working on a pipe, so trying to mitigate that magic damage you were talking about for his team. Moonsilver, he's got his Hurricane Pike secured now. So, gonna be waiting to see what he's gonna work on next. Possibly that BKB like you were talking about, so he can survive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, looks like Tunnel Snakes, they take out Roshan. The Aegis go in the way of the Anti-Mage, who's got his Manta Style already finished. What's he got left to build? Just the Skull Basher, and then that's pretty much done, right?
I mean, there's all kinds of things. I'd honestly like him if they want to just win the game. I'd like to see Basher, Mage Slayer, Shard, because if the anti-mage gets onto Lesh is one of the heroes that's having an okay time. But if anti-mage gets on him and negates all of his damage, then it's pretty much a drow show, which might not go super well, even though Moon's playing well and is a good hero.
Talking about the Leshrac before, he gets caught out. He's down a little bit too far in the jungle there. Storm and Snapfire together doing well to control him while the Anti-Mage just hits away. He did have that Bloodstone finished, but it wasn't healing him as much as he'd like, I guess.
They've caught Death Prophet though.
Damage. Oh yes, indeed they have. Looking at top. The silence, the slows, there you go, that should be death there. Nice. Wicked kill spree ended there. Not sure why Death Prophet was up here all by herself while the rest of the team was bot and unable to help her out. So, a little bit of mispositioning.
And I think the Drow Shard is like really good into Death Prophet. That's why they were happy picking it up early. Because the Death Prophet came up early in the draft, and then they picked the Drow straight after that, because, you know, when the heroes are like that, Death Prophet can't run anywhere, and the healing is really negated.
Indeed. No Bloodstone as of yet for this Death Prophet as well, so not quite as tanky as you'd like to be. So, ooh,
I don't know how I feel about running into 4 of them.
Storm, he's going to de-ward using himself.
They found him.
Indeed they have. Happy Geelong is there, but he gets kicked back. Nice play by Storm there, but Happy Geelong just has to escape this Death Prophet. That's so scary.
They do have vision of him.
They do have vision, yeah, they do. He's going to try and run on out of there. Oh, running back to the Death Prophet. Unfortunate, maybe just a misclick there. Black Sheep will soon to follow. The 2 supports die. Trying to secure control. And they'll trade their lives for it. Unfortunate indeed. But space has been created. Moonsilver, he's still farming. He's going to TP down bot to defend though. As an Exorcism gets popped. Ooh, this is probably not where you want to be if you're on the side of Dire Team. Yeah, Acid Rains. No, unfortunate. But well played by Storm once again to kick him back and into the clutches of his team. And these little positioning mistakes. Storm is very much capitalizing on it right now.
I think potentially that comes again from the team being quite fresh, mixed together.
True.
I think whilst I personally play a lot with the team too, boys, I'm not sure if these other guys from Big Pharma have played with them at all. Which, yeah, I think comms and then one hero dying there can feel a little bit snowbally, and most importantly, it could be a really tough mental one to come back from. So,
indeed, it's been a rough game so far. 30-10, 10k net worth lead for Tunnel Snakes. So, 2 farmers definitely feeling the pressure, but as you've pointed out, they've still got a really good high ground defense.
yeah, so they've got the wombo combo. I think to keep mentally in the game, you need to say, we've got this combo. If they push high ground, we can try. Like, as we see Catalyst getting caught on bottom.
Indeed, these little pickups are so huge. In fact, there you go. J-Bud will secure so much money. Look at that. He's going to work towards his Black King bar there. That's... I can't imagine the net worth swing there. Oh my god, I just realized I hadn't selected net worth. And it's shown that for a little bit, so there you go. Anti-mage at the top, followed by Death Prophet. So any pick off on those two would be extremely important.
Yeah, I mean, I think anti-mage is pretty unkillable at this point.
3
Unless
seconds
he
left on the
misplays.
Aegis. Unless he does misplay, there's the Aegis gone. Not really used. Acid Rings. A little bit cheeky there. Does he tend to do that in the voice comms as well?
What did he do, sorry?
He just all chatted. Hello there, hello there.
I don't know. He's only new to our team, maybe like 2 weeks. Obviously with the new season. I believe he had no voice lines, and then when they went on sale, bought about 3 different teams.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even notice actually until I watched the replay of your cast, and all I noticed were voice lines coming out from Acid.
Yeah, he does like his voice lines, but checking out this smoke up here, doesn't look like it's going to be able to secure anything. It's just pushed away the entirety of Radiant. I believe the Earth Spirit, he had broken that smoke and notified the rest of his team, so well played there by Tunnel Snakes, getting out pronto. Meanwhile, I do like this aggressiveness though from 2Farmer, trying to step out of the base, trying to make plays across the map, getting things happening. If they can win one team fight, they can win more, so I believe that's probably the mentality that they're sticking with.
Yeah, I mean, I think the anti-mage is a bit of a problem, but Drow can maybe deal with it if it's like an isolated one and he misplays on the Manta. But Drow does get pretty strong late. And another one that we've talking about on the Darks here is it's a really good hero to lose your lane on, because if the enemy team's farmed, you get a clone of them.
That's right. Indeed you do. So he's going to be very happy that this anti-mage is top net worth right now, right?
I mean, yeah. There's also BKBs out for Flesh and Drow, I believe.
That's right. There's the BKB there for Drow, Lesh,
goes
right?
a long way.
Yes. Checking out their Smokehorn 4. Abyssal finished on anti-mage as well, so he's got the bashes. Let's see if you can find somebody to bash though. Doesn't look like it so far. Noticing they haven't secured this outpost here, so probably trying to use it as bait. And okay, a little bit of vision play here. Does get spotted out. The 4-man smoke from 2 farmers, meaning that they will be fine and they can just walk on out of there. Sweet. Thought that was going to be an engagement. Didn't seem to be the case. Just both teams go back to farming. 30 minutes in. Alright, will we get a high ground push soon, Chessies?
I feel like if they've waited this long, that Tunnel Snakes should wait for the next Roche, but they could try if they get impatient.
I think that's one of the key themes in Dota is when you're winning, that little bit of impatience, the slight misplay, and suddenly things spiral out of your favor. So we might see that soon. This Catalyst, he is pretty far forward here. Does have his team behind him. Looks like 2 farmers. They're just waiting for something to happen, waiting for someone to misstep out of line. Meanwhile, Moonsilver farming down bot here, pushing out. I like his positioning as well. It's a bit far behind the creeps there, just to make sure that he does not get caught out by the enemy team while there's no vision. So, well played by Moonsilver. Being very safe indeed. Oh, he's TPing him back now. He can smell blood. Or just a lot of creeps to farm.
I mean, they'll see Snapfire bottom now. I don't think they can see the anti-mage isn't there, but there's maybe a play on the cards.
As
If they've got,
Roshan.
yeah, there it is, the
Ooh.
smoke. Where are they running?
5-man smoke. They're going to go straight towards their own
DP.
jungle here. DP might get caught out again. Yeah. There
I've
you go.
seen this one
Catalyst.
before.
She's been caught out a few times. This is the third time, I believe. Just due to mispositioning. And there you go. Is it mispositioning? Am I saying that right?
I think, I think you're saying it right, but I don't
Is this
think it is mispositioning. Like, they've got a huge lead.
just terrible
Um,
positioning? There we go. They,
no, I don't think it's a game-losing play for Death Prophet to die there.
fair
Maybe
enough.
that's just my analysis being that I like feeding, but I don't hate the play. But yeah, obviously it's not ideal because it's just giving more confidence into this dire lineup. Like this, Moon's gonna be saying these guys can't push on us, um, and Moon's getting stronger. Like the DP gets shredded.
Indeed, he does.
Anti-mage is a mild problem, and the rest of them are just magic damage.
Noticing the Ags on the Snapfire here. Is he just going to send the Death Prophet right into the middle of the enemy team? It'll be fun to watch. Meanwhile, the Rosh is up, but no moves made by Tunnel Snakes yet. They're just waiting for the Anti-Mage to get here. There you go. It's going to start on that now. You think another smoke? Will two farmers realize what's going on?
I don't think you want to fight here.
I see. They're going to just wait
I mean,
this out.
maybe you do. They're hitting it slowly, and there's a lot of good team fight. Like a Jakiro spells in the pit is pretty gross, but they have no idea.
Indeed. I mean, a good vacuum wall combo plus the macropire would have caught all four there, so it might have been worth checking that at least.
It's even easier to hit it though in your own base. So they're gonna try and push. The Aegis is gonna pressure them to go up, and yeah, I think there's a lot of team fight, and because we haven't seen it so far, maybe Tunnel Snakes don't respect it. But I'm still not sure how you high ground with this. Anti-Mage doesn't like to sit in front.
Indeed. We're gonna kind of just be sitting behind this Death Prophet, who, as we've pointed out before, is not the tankiest here.
I mean, Death Prophet also doesn't want to just sit in front.
That's right.
Whoever it is going to get vacuumed and then killed by Drow in a few swift right clicks.
Even stun locked by the Leshrac as well. You've got the ice paths too to catch them out.
Here we go,
Pretty
though. Top,
disgusting.
they're looking at it.
They
Two
are
farmers aren't there to defend.
No, they're missing their Leshrac, they're missing the Darkseer as well. And realizing this, Tunnel Snakes are just going to go high ground right now, popping their Exorcism. TP is coming back to defend. Oh, Catalyst
Whoa. So
taking a lot
close.
of damage there. Storm, he's a little bit behind here. I'm not sure how he's getting out. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage, he jumped right on in. He's got the Aegis, he's
threw the
got no
Lich.
fear, but that's the wall, that's the Macropie, that's so much damage coming out. Frisky Berries and the Anti-Mage's first life going down. Meanwhile, Catalyst to fall as well, not able to escape from the Drow's Frost Arrows. Storm to follow. And it's just like we said, this high ground is just terrible for Tunnel Snakes to push. Nice vacuum to pull back the Snapfire. Trying his best to escape, but won't be enough as the Anti-Mage, the sole survivor.
Now, for everyone keeping track, how many buybacks was that was forced out? Because two farmer did win the fight, and how many buybacks did they have to use?
Eddie? I don't think they used one.
A whopping 0.
Exactly.
That
And they all
does not feel
survived.
good.
So, especially, look at that damage output though, from the Drow coming out. Pretty
Dominos
disgusting.
in the chat. Did you see that one? The
So
voice
I'm not
line.
sure. This Lena's starting to feel impossible. I like that. Probably realizing that they did not quite draft for the push. So maybe
But like they kind of did with the Death Prophet, but they had this huge timing. But Anti-Mage can't frontline like that.
I think if I was playing on Tunnel Snakes here, I would have liked the right-click Snapfire coming out, using the Desolator with your E. Ooh, Moonsilver. But you can get those towers from range potentially, which is what they need. Meanwhile, the BKB popped by the Drow. Leshrac, not so lucky, gets mana voided away. Moonsilver, he's lucky
No
to
bash.
escape there. That
Whoa.
no bash, and the rolling boulder is off the mark. So, whew. Managing to escape. Wow. Meanwhile, ooh, aggressive blink forward, but Jakiro will be fine.
I think that's the same thing that happened. Like you're losing and the other team can't push high ground. The only way that they can push is if you're all dead. And so I'm not sure if that, staying too long was the right decision. But
Nice
that's
cash
what I
on
said.
this Catalyst,
But it's
but
not
Moonsilver,
four
the
star.
bash! Oh, there's the 4-star, thank god, that's there to save him, but oh, Happy Geelong, he
Oh, man,
throws his life
vacuum
there.
wall?
Oh, big overgrowth, big vacuum wall, that's a lot of
Oh.
damage coming out from that Macropire too, as Catalyst
Dude's
is
still
soon to
alive?
fall. Potentially J-Bot's on the chase, meanwhile, I can't read. He jumped in, he has to jump away again, but he won't be able to escape the damage. J-Bud, he's still on the chase. He wants the Snapfire's life.
These boosted travels have put in work for Snap.
Yeah, look at that. Oh,
I think
even throwing
J-Bud
back
might
the
need to get
creep
out
there.
though.
He ran a bit too far forward as the rest of the team collapses on him. Still going with that exorcism, by the way, as it finally ends. And that's 3 dead on the side of 2 farmers compared to the 2, but not having your anti-mage to push is quite rough.
Jakiro Drow wins this high ground 2v3.
Absolutely. In fact, Moonsilver going real aggressive. Ethers in that silver edge, the break plus the damage output. And that's a very dead Snapfire.
Got the
Meanwhile, the
silence.
silence. Earth Spirit just a little bit off the mark with the multi-shot. Only hit the once. What the nice ice path by Black Sheep Wall. Very nicely played by 2 farmers.
Are we just here for a 60-minute Team 2 game?
Possibly.
They're called 2 farmers, but is this just a 60-minute Team 2 game that I've seen before?
Oh no.
They-
It might be.
Candlesticks can't push high ground. They just can't push high ground, and I've played with Moon. He knows that. These guys know that Moon is now the strongest hero in the game. And they've got the Wombo combo ulti. I want to ask you, how does Tunnel Snakes get back into the game with this 10k net worth lead? How do they end?
I think they kind of need to rely on a good team fight, having that Aegis on the anti-mage as per the norm, but maybe even catching out Team 2 while they're being aggressive here, 2 farmers I should say, while they're outside of the base, not up in that high ground there. They might be able to catch them out with the team fights that we've seen earlier in the game. They do have the damage output, but you know, now that there's BKBs, it's going to be very unfortunate. Yeah, J-Bud, he's kind of on his own here, gets spotted out by these illusions, pops the BKB.
No. And the Thomas Relic, will he pick it up? He will. Oh, he won't! J-Bud!
Oh, J-Bud, his mana's being burned just like this. I can't read, he's on the way. Oh, but it might be the perfect bait. Oh, not quite.
They need to calm their heads and get back to the base.
That's right. Oh, that 4 stuff, but unfortunately the bashes are there and Black Sheep Ball gets caught out. He pays for his teammates'
wait,
crimes.
Pink's in? Okay, sorry. Pink is in Viz tree. That's fine.
That's fine indeed. He doesn't have Invis outside of the tree, but he's got that Blink Dagger, so he should be a-okay. Well, Outpost getting retaken. Tunnel Snakes pushing this map advantage. Will they be able to take anything else that might have almost taken J-Blood's life? He pops the Bloodstone, healing up once again. Although he's taken a lot of damage. Will he fall Storm? He's chasing his buybacks. I mean, BKB's run out though, and lots of deaths all over the place. But the buybacks coming out. There you go. Trent and Darkseer coming back. No Leshrac though for 60 seconds. As long as Drow's still alive though, looks like high ground will be fine. As Tunnel Snakes, they back off once again. Unable
That was
to
a strong
push.
fight for them.
That was. They got a couple of key pickoffs that Kiro earlier on, not being able to help out his team. Seems quite significant there. No ice path, no macropire damage output. And suddenly that vacuum into the wall of replica does not seem so scary, so... Alright.
Yeah, definitely. I think
Just
the
realized
wombo combo doesn't work with only half of them.
the Triad's even healing up the tower there as well. Oh no. It's gonna be a 60-minute game. I feel it.
I mean, we've got it's a long race one. Maybe the third thing. Okay. I've seen a path. What if anti-mage gets the Aghanims off Roche, and then uses the anti-mage Aghanims to bait out the Wombo combo,
I
and
see
then
what
they
you
can
mean.
fight. The Blink
Possibly.
Fragment,
Yeah. Might
it's really
too.
fun to use.
Um, maybe even... Oh yeah, there's the Snapfire buying the Chrysalis now, so she is finally going the right-click build there. Trying to input as much damage on those towers as possible.
I mean, yeah, Snap's gonna hurt as well.
For sure, once it gets that multi-shot level 25 talent, it'll be very disgusting indeed. As she's pointed out, no Roche for another minute and a half. We'll see, as 42 minutes into this match, 38 kills to 20, 17k net worth lead for Tunnel Snakes, yet it does not feel like that at all. Two
It's
farmers doing a...
interesting.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting looking at the neutral items for two farmers. The Drow is opting to go with the Grove Bow for extra attack range instead of a Paladin Sword or Titan Sliver. With the Titan Sliver being particularly good on Drow because it's base attack damage boost, and because of all the agi, Drow's got crazy base attack damage.
True indeed.
But clearly opting to just stay that little bit further out to stay alive, which I kind of like. Or he's just not noticed, but
Entirely
what-
possible. Looking pretty farmed as well. Got that butterfly opting for the Lincoln Sphere next. Lincoln Sphere possibly to block. Oh, what am I looking at? Possibly Spirit Siphon, Mana Void.
or just Abyssal maybe?
True, Abyssal. So
If you don't get Abyssal, then you can force stuff yourself out in silence. Maybe is the thought process, but I don't love that.
looks like a little bit of aggressive play here coming around from two farmers. However, Tunnel Snakes are well
He's
aware of
showing
what's
on the
going on.
thing.
I can't read. He jumps in, bashes the Chikiro, trying to take them down as quick as possible. However, the Darkseer is there. Oh, getting the Macropire off. That's huge damage as well. Meanwhile, I can't read. He's a little bit low, but he just has to escape. Will Moonsilver let him though? The Force Staff, oh, not quite quick enough. He does fall for that. A lot of damage coming out, and that's Moonsilver's kill spree ended. Meanwhile, J-Bud is running through that wall, but he's not long for this world. Meanwhile, Happy Geelong as well, getting caught out. Oh, it's all falling apart there for two farmers. There's Storm, nice play with the boulder. Setting up for his anti-mage to get the bash and get the final hits in.
I mean, is that just not the game? Why are they not pushing? They're all dead.
I think they're just
Half
building
of the team
creep wave
used buyback.
up. Yeah, indeed.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. I thought they were gonna look at Roche, and I think that would have been pretty
Extend the
questionable.
game, yeah. At this
Nice
point,
blink back
ooh,
from Tree.
True, making space.
Storm caught him. They've got vision. Oh no, you need to get out of here.
Trying to man fight 1v1. The position 5s, I believe. Storm is taking a lot of damage, actually. Has to respect the tree. Oh, but
Oh.
Domino's is here. He's got the right click damage. Yeah, there you go. Meanwhile, looks like Mithrax will fall. Only the Chikiro to defend so far. If he gets caught out, that's most definitely game over. And looks like Tunnel Snakes, they'll just turn towards bot racks now. Okay, gonna hit on that tower. Oh, the blink forward, there you go, I can't read. He had that bloodlust and he secures the kill.
Yeah, I think it's tricky because two farmer clearly thought they needed to contest that Roche, which you can make a good argument that they should, but playing out of the base just made it a whole lot harder to execute all the skills together, which ultimately led them to lose the fight. I think as well BKB on anti-mage that proved very hard for them to deal with. previously they were able to lock him down, but BKB and Manta, it's really hard to catch him for long enough for Drow to take him out.
Indeed. Looks like, yeah, Tunnel Snakes has backed out of the base, respecting the Drow and the Leshrac being alive. Not able to take more than the racks there. And yeah, just one racks between, well, I say one racks because I count them both together, but technically two racks in the top lane there. In between Tunnel Snakes and Mega Creeps. Meanwhile, they're heading on Roche here. There's an Axe Blessing available. And you reckon they'll go the way of Anti-Mage here? Yes, indeed it does. There's the
I think that's the play because they can bait out a fight, and then win the game.
Ooh, Crypt getting sent forwards. Actually, stunning acid there. Wow. A Snapfire Axe. Not normally a pickup I'd see in a mid Snapfire, but interesting nonetheless. Yeah, there's the Blink Fragments coming forward. Very annoying for two farmers to deal with.
Just because it looks like they've discussed it, and they know that if somebody blinks in wildly, it's not the real anti-mage. But we might see a little bit of the Blue Who Cried Wolf. If you condition them that a blink in anti-mage is not real, then you can almost go in and abyssal someone.
Indeed, it's oh, nice play by Storm there. And there you go, he's in, there's the wall, there's the vacuum, there's the Malavoy coming out as well. Drow not able to escape, got the buyback though. Yeah, there you go, back into the fight, trying to do as much damage as possible onto Catalyst here, whose BKB is running out. There you go, it's off now. Rallying together, two farmers, they lost the treant for 40 seconds, but there's still 4 alive. Domino's jumping in, trying to do as much damage as possible, almost taking out the Jakiro.
Oh yeah, that's one life dead.
But there you go, I Can't Read dies for the first time. Meanwhile, Catalyst, he's he's dead as well. Oh, the Leshrac stun!
The chain stun.
There you go, taking out the cause as only the supports left at this point. Frisky Berries, he's very caught out at this point. Acid Rains.
Oh, is he gonna live?
Oh no, there you go. That was a close call though. It was like a second off the TP. Wow. And look at
good
that.
hold.
Good hold. Did trade
sure
the buyback for that though. Was that more than one? No, I think that was just the Drow buyback.
Huge XP swing. But when you're that far behind on XP,
indeed,
like it's a huge lead.
And there's still, even after these one team fights, that 32k net worth lead for Tunnel Snakes.
I wonder if that DD got spotted. It looks like it is.
Yeah.
If Moon's got a DD, this could like they can pressure these towers.
Absolutely, with the Leshrac pushing as well. The Diabolic Edict hitting those towers. I was just checking out. He doesn't quite have that 25 talent yet, so there you go. Fortification coming up from Tunnel Snakes. They're a bit worried now. They've only got their Earth Spirit here to defend. No,
they need to hit this tower and then get out in 10 seconds.
Looks like they'll be able to.
I mean, they're doing it. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Very nice.
They need to all run, boys.
If I can, I think Jesse's is silently cheering for his squad.
Yeah, the underdog. I mean, the other option is just GG out at this point, 30k down. I'd like to not see that.
True.
Although it's an interesting method from Tunnel Snakes, because with them playing in New Zealand, every second that this game goes is a second later in the night, being 2 hours ahead. So, you know, maybe two farmers know that, and if the game goes to 60-70 minutes, maybe Tunnel Snakes will GG out and go to sleep.
Aha, playing the mind games.
It's a tactic.
Ooh, happy Geelong here. Did you see that? The Earth Spirit trying to roll and the Snapfire too. Nice work by the tree and avoiding 2 heroes there at once. Looks like they're mobilizing bot here, Tunnel Snakes. Pushing out a lane that does not have racks in it, using those super creeps.
Yeah, I mean, the hold on the base and killing anti-mage twice has actually delayed this game probably by another, I want to say 5 minutes. Because this next push into the base, like, it's not going to go well for them unless they throw everything at Drow and kill him with no buyback. Like, that's kind of playable, but if they don't burst Drow, it's not going to end well.
I think Dominoes was thinking about sending Storm in there and eating him with the axe. Oh, Moonsilver, he's a little bit far forward. Almost getting caught by a Catalyst there, but does manage to Force-Staff himself out of there. That Lincoln's pop as well. Meanwhile, they do have to treat every single anti-mage illusion as if it's the real thing at this point. And you've only got these 2 racks left. Nice work by Archon Reed, putting pressure in. It's just a waiting game. One team will misstep eventually.
BKB forced out and Greaves from DP.
Wait, really?
Is Drow was hitting DP bottom? Yeah.
I didn't even see
BKB in
that.
like
Wow.
third of health.
He's gonna heal that back up again with the Spirit Siphon. Nice work by Catalyst recognizing that. Meanwhile,
Like, if Moon can hit people like
like
this,
that, yeah. There you go.
it actually hurts.
It really does.
I'd love to see Moon upgrade his item to the Titan Sliver.
Oh, that would be nice, yeah. It's just thinking at this point when you're playing Drow, once you've got buyback money, of course, maybe do you opt to sell boots here, or what would be your first item to sell?
I think he's a little bit far away from that point, but yeah, just selling boots sounds like a fun idea.
Indeed, I was wondering, he had that silver edge, maybe his third item in.
Yeah.
So it does feel that that's
I
important.
think Silver Edge, 4 staff, and you could almost save the Darkseer Surge to throw on him if needed, because you're not really using the Surge to do much else at this point in the game.
Oh, Dominoes, oh, nice vacuum, the wall dropped as well. Catalyst, he's caught up,
A
he's
Hex out.
super dead. There you go, not able to save himself with those
Anti-Mage
greaves.
is in, but
Anti-Mage
on
is
the
in.
wrong target.
Yeah, J-Blood, he can just heal up, heals himself, and he's absolutely A-OK with that. Meanwhile, the rest of the team has to back on out.
And that was a forced buyback on Death Prophet.
Yeah, I bet she was expecting a little bit more from that fight, but...
They're smoking out.
Yeah, 2 farmers, they want blood, they want to get some more out of this. There you go,
Acid.
Nice! Acid with that blink.
And the Lich ulti has been cancelled. They're on Frisky, Anti-Mage is kind of in on the back.
True.
But Frisky
that.
Berries has gone down.
Happy Geelong is just stalling him out though, using that ATOS,
Oh, the
using
boys
the
are here.
slows. Will they be able to chase down this Anti-Mage? This would be huge if they secure the kill here, but...
Lower. The rest of Tunnel Snake's coming back in on the left a little bit.
A little
Moon's
bit.
hunting.
Indeed he
Or this
is.
Snap fire. There are creeps in the base. Someone needs to get back for that. Yeah, there we go on Pikachu.
Pikachu, oh, Black Sheep Ball? Right,
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
He was literally running Pikachu and then renamed himself.
I see.
Well, we can have a talk about him between the games.
I didn't even
off
notice
stream.
this Rod of Atos pickup on the tree, and that's quite late into the game, and it's helped to stall the anti-mage out, because once that BKB's run out, then it just gets Atos.
Chikiro caught down bottom.
Yeah, looks like it. Black Sheep Wall. The damage coming out from Domino's Acid Rains, he has to get on out of there. Not able to help his support out at all, unfortunately. That Daedalus from the Snapfire, plus the level 25 talent, hurts.
Look at the Roche timer. It's going to be a long one, and 2 farmer were positioned right there.
Indeed.
They were very keen to steal that onto Drow, but were not able to do it. Oh, they spotted Drow.
Oh, and Catalyst jumping forward with that blink, but there's no detection. And will not be able to do anything to follow up. They're just going to take the outpost at this point. Nicely positioned there from 2 farmers there. All retreating into the tree line and escaping safe and sound. Alright. Stalling the game out. 55
Yeah, look
minutes
at
in.
here. Pull up the graph, the win probability graph.
Indeed, I can.
We
Where's
had a bit of
that?
a peak at 95%. It's like near the top left of the net worth thing.
Top left of the net worth thing.
Near
Let's
the
see.
net worth thing, it looks like a graph, like
Ah,
next
yes,
to
there
where
you
it says
go.
net worth.
Win
Yeah,
probability. Oh,
we had a bit of a mountain, and now it's coming back down to 32%.
indeed. Oh, Happy Geelong
I
getting
just
caught
missed a
out.
kill. Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunate. That's all good. That's all good. Better to learn that thing for future. Doing that, checking out that damage. Yeah, that's the anti-mage and the death prophet together. Blink on death prophet is quite interesting. Does not have a yields to save herself if she jumps into an unfavorable position, but at least you got the greaves, maybe the scythe as well. Oh, look back and forth. This might be catalyst. He'll be alright. Domino's doing a bit of
I mean,
damage.
they're taking the buildings.
Managed to take down the racks. There you go. Exorcism plus the anti-mage and Snapfire. And that's mega creeps for Tunnel Snakes. Two farmers. I mean, they can defend against megas pretty well. They do have the Leshrac plus the Drow's damage up. Oh, here comes the blink forward
I
from
think
Catalyst.
It's
Trying
gonna
to do
be
as much as
hard.
he can. Meanwhile, Anti-Mage on the side there. He's got the BKB out. Moonsilver BKB in response will force stuff away.
Oh,
And the
the
Invis
invis.
saving him from the Anti-Mage's clutches actually turns around. Moonsilver secures the kill. That's Anti-Mage for
You
90
know what they
seconds.
say?
And Moonsilver
Invis
just
is
falls well.
invincible.
Especially when you don't bring detection.
They've caught Dominant.
Yeah, he
They've
falls
caught
as
everybody.
well. And that's all 5 dead on Tunnel Snakes.
So does Lesh have travels?
Lesh
No,
does not
but
have
he's
travels.
got the cash for it.
He does indeed. I think it's on the way in the courier, but they're just taking this opportunity to push as hard as they can. All the Tunnel Snakes dead for at least 70 seconds.
I think even if the 3 of them buy back, I think Moon can kill them.
Oh, might be risky here. That's the Anti-Mage, that's the Earth Spirit, and the Snapfire.
Oh, Roche is up. Roche is up.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You might capitalize on this
With the
opportunity.
Agonist. If Moon gets Ags, and he's gone to the base. Which I think is kind of fair, but...
He does need a help. Happy.
The rest of the team are looking. They've found it.
Will
Radiant
they
is
use it?
up.
Yeah, the scan coming out as well, so Radiant's completely aware of what's going on. They might use that opportunity to... yeah, 2 farmers, they've gone back to the base. As Geelong, he wasn't able to take care of these mega creeps by himself. So they do need someone else to defend. Meanwhile, Tunnel Snakes, they're using this opportunity.
Oh, they've dropped everything on the anti-mage.
Oh, the illusion, unfortunate. There you go, Storm, he dies. That's a gem on the floor.
That's a dieback as well. Did they see the gem?
They have not, as it looks like they're just going to chase down the anti-mage so far. There's the BKB coming out. He should be free to go at that point. That was
Domino's, he's in.
Domino's taking out that tower. They're using his travel
That
boots.
Atos.
Oh, there you go. There's the side.
He bought back as well.
This is definitely a dieback. Once he does die, there you go. I can't read his here as well. Drops the mana void, but not able to help keep his.
They
Snapfire
know
alive.
Roche is up. Somebody needs to defend. Probably Leshrac.
You would think so.
With boots and
Happy's trying to
travels.
stay behind. Acid Rains 2, potentially. They just need to mobilize and go, right? There you go, there's the Surge. Moonsilver on the way. And there's not much that Tunnel Snakes can do about it. You can put that Anti-Mage in, but he will die very quickly to the Drell's damage output.
I want to alert you to the net worth lead.
Oh my god. Wow. Dropped from like
And if
30K
Moon
to
gets this
1K?
Aghanims, which he will, the base is dying and Anti-Mage is in the base. They
True.
need to get back.
Dropping those illusions there. Black Sheep Wall helping out the
Wait, the
tree
Aghanims?
here.
Okay, J-Bud got it.
J-Bud picks up the Aghanims. That saves him a slot at least. Looks like the entire.
But I feel like you give it to Drow.
You feel like
You've got to give it to Drow, right?
Yeah, those splintered attacks can do quite a lot in a big team fight. So We'll
but
see.
he
He's
is
still got it. Just waiting maybe to catch up
surely
with
this
that.
isn't the downfall. You hold on
Sure.
so long. Oh, Treant?
Treant Axe. Okay. Gonna
I
start dropping those eyes in the forest. Get some clutch overgrowths
oh
potentially.
Apex found. We've got tier 6 items.
Oh yes, we do. Apex for the
Moon 7
anti-mage.
Silver has Grove Bow still. So if he gets an upgrade from Grove Bow to a tier uh, 5 item, that could be really strong, but they're not farming.
Indeed. They just gotta secure these items before yeah, Tunnel Snakes pushes with theirs. Soon
Can we
though.
check buyback status?
Let's have a quick look at that. Alright, no buyback on the anti-mage for at least 4.5
Oh,
minutes.
Radiant all don't have buyback.
That's right.
And Dire have Aegis.
The only one
I'd
without
almost be
buyback is Happy Geelong, and he's only 300 gold off on the side of the Dire, so... Oh
Oh no,
my
top
god.
Happy Geelong, he's out there.
Stygian
Look at
Desolator,
the
Book
dead.
of the Dead coming out, finally, for the Dire side. Arcanists as well. That's a big pickup for this Leshrac, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna leave it on the floor. Oh, Acid Rains will take it instead. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
Still no item for Drow though.
no.
Oh, Drow's upgraded to Flicker.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Well done, dude.
62 minutes into this game, and we've seen a neutral item upgrade. Meanwhile, Geelong.
Oh, happy? Whoa,
Wow,
oh my god.
he's no fear at all.
Oh my
Dust
god.
is there, the sentries are there for the Earth Spirit, but just not realizing.
Imagine if they went for a high five.
Oh, Moon
Oh,
Silver.
he just
What?
he kind of dies to a root from tree.
There you go, the Yules though, from that Stormcrafter saving the Earth Spirit here. The Lich drops the... Oh, Icon jumps in as well. Trying to
Edges
capitalize
in
on this, but
and
Moonsilver turns
dying.
around. Yeah, there's the BKB, but Dominoes! The damage output, the
Anti-mage
AKB plus
dead
the
though.
Daedalus.
Moon is still alive. Moon is
Very
still
true.
alive.
At least there's that. Leshrac, he's got the Aegis, so he's fine, even if he does die there. There you go. Acid Rains, he's trying to chase down the Snapfire, push him back, but Dominoes turns around with the damage
the base
output.
as well. The base.
Oh no! The creeps are hitting
Will they
it.
see the
Moonsilver.
base?
He
Okay,
has to
Moon's
help.
seen it.
There you go, finally. Meanwhile, Acid Rain's on that killing spree. He brought down those Lich
Oh,
on
the
the side
stuns.
there. Oh my god, that's huge. J-Bud. He's making the plays, the stuns,
just,
and that's all 5 dead once again for Tunnel Snakes.
Sorry, is this Liquid? Because Liquid are doing it.
Looks
Holy.
like it. Death Prophet will buy back quite early here.
I still think Lesh needs to be the one defending.
Yes.
And Lesh needs to be defending and then TPing it. Jakiro may not be able to kill the creeps.
He does have the Boots of Travel there on the Jakiro, but
Unless, of course, this is just game with Drow Ranger. Oh, what's
just
he
waiting
doing?
for Drow. There's the Surge.
There-
Come on, Moon Silver. There you go. Only ones to defend so far are
There's
this Death
no
Prophet
creeps.
and Lich. There's no creeps.
This is
that
kinda
can't do much
game.
damage.
They can't play into the Desolator Drow.
The early fortification as well, that might have been a little bit off the mark there, as in fact Frisky Berries gets caught out. Catalyst trying to
Prophet
jump
just
forward and do as
dies,
much as
yeah.
he can. Moonsilver just turns around, hits her, and she's very dead as well. Nobody
That's
for
the
30
game.
seconds,
They've
that's
called
game.
it.
GG, well played.
Wowee.
2 farmers, ladies and gentlemen, the
The
Mega
voice
Creep
lines.
comeback.
The lane's starting to feel impossible. Good shout from Dominoes. Wow.
Wow, indeed. Look at that, 2 farmers taking the victory 64, nearly 65 minutes into this match.
Hope
What a
everybody
game.
enjoyed that one.
Yeah, definitely. All right, wow. Jesse's. What are your thoughts?
I mean, my thoughts is that Team 2 farmers, they came up with the mindset that they could win that. And they did. They held on, they kept defending the Treant Protector. And I said earlier, the darks here, you feed them so that you can get the illusions of them, and yeah, it's a strategy. I don't know. Well done from all the guys. Do you have any closing comments before we go take a break?
I just wanted to point out that Moonsilver um, opting to buy that Desolator, like right at the
At the
at
end,
the
yeah,
end
to
there,
push the
just to
bait.
do a little bit more damage. So nicely done. Don't think I didn't spot that. Um, but I'd have to say my MVP early on was the Earth Spirit. He's making a lot of good plays, a lot of good rotations, catching out two farmers who were out of position a few times. But the Drow and yeah, the Leshrac actually became threats later on eventually. Um, Space was created for them, and they managed to bring it back and get the victory. So well played by both teams, but two farmers take that victory. Well done to them.
Very, very good first game, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Wow.
We'll have a quick break.
Sounds
I
good.
think players are having a 5 minutes break, so we'll have one too, and we'll see you guys then.
Alright, see you all for game number two. I'll stop the stream here. Thanks for joining, and see you in the next stream.